Shit, I can take another sip. Shit. You the reporter, nigga?
Hey everybody, welcome to our special edition of Velvet Puff Live. We have a very special in-house guest, Janon Redmond.
Homeboy.
So if you don't know, I'm Betty and this is
I'm Zach.
and
Way in the back.
and welcome to our episode, our very special episode of Velvet Puff Live. Now you guys know we normally broadcast on Wednesday, but our good friend is here for Easter all the way from Atlanta.
ATL, shout it.
He's gonna drop in and
Indeed.
he's gonna be our special guest to talk about his upcoming ventures, everything that he's gone through as far as event planning, and all that. And he's a celebrity, guys. He's a celebrity event planner. So don't let him fool you. He's done some great things in Atlanta. He helps me out a lot when I have events. I probably stress the hell out of him, but
She don't.
that's just a part of it. So again, welcome, Janon
Thank
Redmond.
you. Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
So this is our special edition, and everything we do is really unscripted.
Very.
I have a few questions.
Okay.
So normally what we do, if you haven't watched the show before, we'll kind of introduce ourselves, tell us, tell the audience what we're sipping on, what we're smoking on, and then we kind of dive right in. Okay. So I am drinking J.F. Hayden's lychee liquor by our good friends, the Pouncey Twins, and I'm gonna pair that with I'm gonna do a wild blue just to keep it full. I taste it. It's pretty scrumptious. And Janon, what are you drinking?
So I'm drinking a little something.
Something.
I'm smoking a little something.
All right.
But this is as factory smokes. It's a house blend, so it's really nice.
Okay.
Medium blend. It's medium, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have this new Canagar.
Yeah,
It's the Canagar. It's super dope. It's nice. It's very mellow. It keeps you mellow.
And that's part of the Emerald Leaf collection, guys.
I thoroughly enjoy that.
Soon, and we can touch on that a little later. And Zach, what are you having?
I'm drinking tonight Maker's 46 French Oak. I don't know what I did with the bottle, but anyway, Maker's 46 French Oak, because it's a special day. I hadn't picked out a cigar yet, so I may step off the screen and grab one. But it definitely will probably be a Velvet Puff collection, whatever it is, unless I decide to try out another one of the ones that she brought home from PCA. But we're gonna get it lit up one way or the other.
Indeed.
And we do have a studio audience member. We have our cousin Brandon in the house.
Brandon.
If you wonder what that knee is in the corner over there.
He's be our live studio audience for this afternoon. So again, thank you for coming, Janon.
Indeed.
It's always a pleasure.
Always
have a good time.
Always have a good time.
And so we're gonna just keep the party rolling like we normally do. So
right.
I don't have any specific questions, and I started, to start outlining some questions for our audience members or our guests that come in, just to kind of.
But you know me.
Yeah. Know you, but as far as like cigars,
grab my cigar, guys.
Okay.
While they doing what they do.
We'll kind of touch on some cigars questions to start out, and then we'll get into your
Okay, don't do that. Okay.
your judge. And
All
there
right,
won't be any hard
Sure,
questions.
sure.
What?
There won't be hard questions.
Shush.
Yeah, it's yours. I heard that. I ain't want.
Tell the people out there in TV land what a zhush is.
Yeah, can you say what this is?
Your thing.
My thing.
Get into your niche.
Okay.
Your events and things that you do.
Sure.
That's your zhush.
Okay.
So I got this because I'm starting a social cigar club,
Sure.
all female. And so one of our icebreakers is called cigar.
Oh.
So this is one of the questions from the cigar confessions. Okay. And it won't be hard. It won't be hard.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna ask maybe 2 questions. Okay. First question is name a cigar that you wanted to like, but you just couldn't get into. That's a hard one.
I guess because you're not really.
I'm not a big
not
cigar
a
smoker.
regular cigar smoker.
Regular.
A
Okay.
regular. Like I go. And
Okay, what is your go-to then?
it's always a medium.
Okay.
Always a medium.
Okay.
And it's just something to chill with French connection. It's my drink of choice.
Okay.
And I enjoy the vibe. I enjoy the little hit it gives me.
Okay. Okay.
Not too much, not too less. It's just right for me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's kind of how I go.
How you go with that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Torch over.
Torch.
Should be behind.
Oh, there you go. Here you go.
We got one viewer. Let us know where you are, who you are. Because our main viewer is sitting in live.
I know. So who else is out there?
Unless he gets on the phone and comments, but he can talk if he has a question.
Yeah. And feel free, Brandon, to jump in just like you would be if you were on. Ask questions, laugh out loud. I mean,
So
do
we don't have to hit the
whatever you
laugh
out
button.
loud.
Right.
think. Yeah, laugh.
So we don't have
LOL,
so we don't have to, we ain't got to push the Tyler Perry laugh button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Indeed,
yes, of course.
We always glad to have family in town
Yeah. And this
any
is-
day of the week,
Indeed.
you know.
It is Easter. It's
It
Good
is
Friday.
Easter.
It's Good
It's
Friday.
Good Friday. It's gonna be a
Friday,
great
Indeed.
Friday.
Yes. So one more question.
That is good.
Is it you like that?
I
kind
do
of
like
and
it.
we can dive into that since that's more your.
Okay, we got
I don't like the word
Sister Shorter and Sister
But
Jackson.
that's my thing, though.
That's-
I appreciate
Ladies.
That's nice.
So let's dive into that. Since you answered the cigar question, you told us what you're smoking.
Sure.
Let's dive into the emerald leaf. Now, this emerald leaf is something new that I'm trying out. You guys have had the Canhiba. I've done that with a couple of cigar events that we've had and incorporated the Canhiba for my left-hand cigarette smokers.
Okay.
But I wanted to dive a little deeper and do more of the THCA.
Okay.
And so that's kind of where emerald leaf comes in. So with emerald leaf, I have 3 different ends or strains.
Sure.
Strains. Which is indica, hybrid, and sativa. Okay. So what you have is the Bubba Kush. It's THCA. It's it has the diamond crystals.
Well, you got a fan club. Y'all go ahead and talk. He got all the guests coming to see Brandon, so he's famous already.
Well, all right. And we got to meet your cousin. We'll touch on that as well when we're in action. But so it has
daughter
the
chimed in. Hey, father.
diamond crystal infused, and like I said, the one that you have is the budget, the Bubba. Okay. So now the exciting thing about this is it's actually wrapped in the cannabis.
We see Antoine.
Leaf. Okay.
So that's why it has that look to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So and then I have the
trying to hide my food, guys. I'm sorry.
Organic rose petal, and then I have that foil, the gold foil wrap as well.
Okay.
And so right now I'm doing 2 grams and 6 grams, but
Okay.
I can get it as big as you would like it to be. Yeah.
And can
I'll bring you down to Atlanta.
You
You
have
have
us okay.
yes.
Let us know
You'll
if
be
you
able
can
to
hear us
sell this.
okay.
Yes,
season.
yes. So I'm
Take it with
retired.
Betty.
I'm
Yeah.
lunching for 420.
Sure.
I understand it's East
Oh, for
End Heroes,
420. Okay.
but we don't get high.
Oh.
Okay.
I get high on it, Lord's Day.
he rose. He rose again. He was high in the sky.
Oh,
And so we're gonna use
Cut
4.
it,
And we already know what 420 is
cut.
for. We know what 420 is
Cut.
for, and it just so happens to fall on Easter. And we're, you know, anywho. So what do you think
My
about
mama might be watching.
Mine too. And mine too. And she tunes in. Hey mama, if you watch. But what do you think about it
you
so
gonna have
far?
a famous knee after
It's
all over.
really nice. It's calm. It's a
No,
it's
you gotta
real
go
mellow.
away.
So
You gotta go
I
closer to
appreciate
the-
its
you trying to get out of it. If
it's
you get that way, you're gonna be in it.
subtleness
Okay.
with a hit.
With a hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's mild enough to get you through.
Sure.
Yeah. And it takes the edge off.
Sure.
Because I have anxiety. I've expressed that before. It helps with the edge when you're anxious.
Antoine, she's of the world. She's talking about her of the world
Well,
moment.
no,
so-
this is not a
no,
word
she's
moment.
talking about rising on Jesus. Betty, Antoine just said you're too funny.
Oh, am I?
So,
But I try not to be. I just
she just herself, and
being myself.
she's
So,
being herself.
but I'm glad that you're liking it so far. I'm glad that you are enjoying the mellowness of it. And I'm just gonna keep it kicking. Okay. All right, let's keep moving.
Now you know since you don't have the mic on, you can't drop down that far. So I know you tripping.
Okay, no, we're gonna push on.
Okay.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself, Janon. Go ahead. Since we don't have a bio, I know you,
Okay.
but for the people that are meeting you for the first time, give us a little history of who you are and what you do for a living.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm Janon Redmond. I grew up in Jackson, Mississippi, and I enjoy growing up here. I appreciate, when you leave Jackson and then go somewhere else. What I do appreciate is the morals and the values and the honesty and the transparency that a lot of the world doesn't have. Like, I appreciate being from here.
Mhm.
Like, I love saying I'm from Jackson. I'm from Jackson. Like I say it all the time. And there's nothing like it, right?
Of course not. It's Jacktown.
It's Jacktown. I'm Jacktown's finest, right? So went to USM, their graduation, moved to Atlanta
26 years later.
26 years later. And I got 2 beautiful boys. Grew up in Atlanta, your adult life. I grew up there. I didn't find events found me.
Okay.
Growing up in Mississippi, what I did find out is that there's so much creativity here, right? Untouched, untouched to a degree where it's used. I didn't know that I had that much in me. I just knew, I was, in the band.
Yeah.
So it was an RC,
Yeah.
I was, I could draw a little bit, sing.
Multi-talented people.
So you were in the choir for a second.
For a second, correct.
So those 3 avenues, band, ROTC,
Yeah.
choir, that was structure
Structure
and creativity.
and creativity at the same time. But I didn't know what was in me, right? But you have some greats that came from here. You have your Mike from what's Mike's last name? I don't know, Mike from Murr.
Bert.
Mike Burt.
Exactly.
You got
Yeah.
Derek Blank.
Mike Burt.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Eric Blanks. Like you
both-
have so many.
Both Murr directors, JPS, and both class 96.
Hey, thank God for what was the little program? What was the program at Murr?
Oh, APAC.
APAC. APAC was the business though.
Yeah.
It really was, man.
They're still trying to hold on.
Well, I think
the
they
program
should.
is still going.
It's super phenomenal, but it's just so many great people. Karen Brown, like it's so many great people came from Mississippi, especially Jackson. Creatives, musicians, artists, right? Moving to Atlanta, I didn't really, everything found.
Okay. So tell us about that. What do you mean when it found you? What were you doing when?
I was eating chicken wings.
Not chicken wings. Speaking of
I was
chicken,
eating chicken wings.
let me
And
get my.
what was it?
Sorry, guys.
Justin's.
I ate all day.
Okay,
Justin's.
Okay.
So back in early 2000s, Justin's was popping, right? It was Martini Monday.
Okay.
And a lady came and walked up to me and asked me, did I model, right? So I'm this 20. I just turned 22.
Mhm.
And I was geek, like, geek. You know, like I didn't, you know, I never looked at myself like that. I was just really cool. She was like, come see me, come talk to me. I did some great shows and ended up helping with shows, ended up styling some of the shows, went from there to doing events. And it just took a life of its own. I wasn't looking for it, it found me, you know what I mean? And but it was always just something I did kind of on the side, but I loved it, you know, but I didn't understand it fully because I wasn't molded. I wasn't you know, I wasn't educated.
The industry just
Not at all. However, I was happy because I be able to create, you know what I mean? And then I found my niche which was events. And I was able to create some amazing things. And from that I learned that I could do branding and marketing. I can do meetings and conferences and concerts, you know what I mean?
So what was the biggest concert that you've done so far?
Concerts? Look, so the biggest thing, I have done a lot of pretty big things and pretty amazing things, and even like ran different shows for another company. I would say you guys know him. He's really big not in Atlanta, in the world, right? But he does some movies, and I don't want to name his name because I don't know if I have
the right.
Gotta have that NDA. We don't know where we stand, so we're not trying to get sued.
Absolutely. Right. But I worked for a company for them, right? A lot of the companies that does production are not African American, right? And so when I'm so blessed to be able to adapt to both. I'm adapt to every genre, like really. It's same platform, but it's a different feel to everybody, and I'm grateful for that. But I was able to call out shows for people who didn't know how to call out, call the show, right? And so you know, your Usher was there. I could say that. Fantasia was there. Her was there.
I told y'all he a celebrity. Now. Go ahead.
So let's take a small break. Since he made that segue, how difficult was it to get into that area, that I guess that celebrity, or can we even speak on who was your first select client? What catapulted you into that area of celebrities?
You know, I during that time when I was doing you know, some celebrities, it was more for me just to get on the map. It wasn't paid. And this was back early. You know what I do, and I'm sorry, before I get to what I do appreciate about this generation, they're not doing it. You know, they might have some other issues, but they're not doing it if they get paid. Right.
Right.
I didn't know that, right? I came in, I did it for experience, did it for the namesake, and to be able to say exposure, absolutely.
And that puts more substance to the phrase "getting it out the mud."
I work my ass off for what I got.
Getting it out the mud. So
correct.
But a lot of these kids, and we're speaking about, because our kids are in that generation.
Our kids are in that generation.
When they speak about getting it out the mud, they hadn't gotten it out the mud because we made sure they didn't have to go through the mud.
Correct.
So for our generation, the generation before us, our mud wasn't as deep as the mud that our parents had to go through.
But they lost something.
But we did have to go get some mud.
They lost the foundation. You know, they lost the real love for it. Like when you build, and you only build by brick by brick. Right. And when you build brick by brick, nobody can tear that brick down. No. You know, once I build my wall by step, you ain't coming no tornado, no tsunami, nothing is coming tearing that wall down because I built that with my bare hands.
Right.
So I see one side of it and I see the other side. I had the mentality and the work ethic that I had then. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
If I was as maybe confident and knowing that I could do it and I work hard too,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I was just no lie, I was just happy to be on. Like, oh wow, you think I'm great? Some of that stuff I was dumb, you know, like I was like, eh. But some of it was well worth it. But because I wasn't cultivated in creativity, man, it was I didn't know what to look for.
Right.
You know, anybody could tell you did good, but
Yeah.
you're an artist.
And I think it's important to speak on how you came about, because a lot of people don't know what it takes to get into this type of business. Of course, around here we got all type of
Sure.
decorators, event planners, and there's a space for all of it. You know, wedding decorating, event planning is totally different. Than there's the level that you're on, and not saying that they can't get to that level.
I'm gonna catch you up. All right,
Yeah, do your thing.
Let me catch you up to bypass a lot of stuff, right?
So we're giving out free
Talent.
free nuggets.
Talent can learn.
Mm-hmm.
You can teach yourself that, but God gave you since it's Good Friday. How about that?
Hallelujah.
Since God gave you a gift, you need to nurture it and learn how to utilize it to the capacity that it was given. And that is what makes the difference. Like nobody can, for me, like decoration is cool. Like I'm always be creative. I think outside the box. I think that's super amazing. But what goes on in that event and that flow, and it's just not an event. It's the client. It's whatever project you're working on. Right. It does not have to be events. But if you don't use your gift, it's just a nice event. Right? It could be great. But if you want it to be phenomenal, you better use your gift.
Right. And you have to create an experience. So people are coming to events.
Experience, boy. So even with the experience, you do use your gift, but you use your creativity a lot too.
So where does your creativity come from? Like when you do different
events,
how do you make it?
When I talk to the client,
bigger than the next one.
I don't think like that.
Yeah, and I think I have a sub quick question. Her question.
So for me, when I start competing with myself,
there you
I lose
Chi-Town and
I lose the essence.
What up, my guy?
But when I listen to the client and I listen to what they want and allow whatever flows in,
do they give you full control, or do they kind of outline? You just take that from there.
Yeah, you got to make your clients.
So why they
again? This has nothing to do with events. This is whatever you do.
I haven't eaten.
When you make someone feel comfortable,
so if you see me sneak a bite to eat, I'm gonna do that.
I think building trust, and I think a lot of people miss that part. It's just like, okay, I try to build trust, I try to build rapport, because I need that space to be able to be creative, and I need you to trust me.
Right.
And if you don't trust me, I'm working hard to build your trust, because I know for a fact it's going to work, particularly for your event, your project, your strategy. It's very important to me that I get to know the client to a degree of what they want and who they are. Because if you don't know who they are and you're just doing what they want, but who's coming in?
Right. Yeah.
You know, like what's the let's go to budget, right? So if you have a client, and I used to do backyard barbecues for $500. I go to Hobby Lobby, I buy everything up in there with a credit card that was like $1,500. I'll make the whole. I might have just was catering for that moment, but I'll decorate that entire thing to go with what I did. So if you're hiring a
Good Friday.
So me, I also cater too, right? So for me, if you're hiring a caterer, and he was like, well, yeah, I said, well, no, I'll supply that. No, I'll supply that. I did because I wanted it to be my way.
So you're giving like the best of both or you're giving the catering?
I did.
The event?
I-
Okay.
So it's like an all-in.
I did without them paying for it. Because, but another thing was, again, I didn't know my own worth either at the time.
Right.
I was testing my worth out. And that's the thing that these young people, you need to test yourself out. You need to test and see what you can do. And you might not get paid for testing to see how you know, but you find so many elements of who you are. Just wanting to do it because you love it and you feel it and you wanted to make the best impression. Most creatives are people pleasers anyway. It's just learning how to use your people pleaser. You can't get rid of it. It's just who you are. Either you're gonna have a guard up and not people please at all, it's gonna hurt you, or you're gonna learn how to use it and balance it and maintain it and use it for what is properly used for, or you're gonna get taken advantage of.
Okay.
One of the three.
One of the three. Okay. What was your sub question?
What's the sub question?
Okay.
Figure out, I was trying to type in somebody was asking what I was doing.
Oh.
It'll come back to me. When it does, I get to it.
All right, baby.
Okay. So let's get into how you started the Redmond Group.
The Redmond Creative Firm.
And I'll throw that back up there while you're talking about that.
So at first, I had several name changes. So whenever you open a business, you're gonna change your name several times, right? I think my first name was J Redmond.
Yep.
And I still use that. That's such a signature. When I moved to Atlanta, it was always J Red. And then I had Fly Gemini Entertainment, like promotions and stuff like that. And I think I went to J Red Lifestyle Events.
Okay.
And I was styling some, people, and I was J Red Image Consulting.
So you're a stylist, because we know you always dress the part. You have some fashion.
I appreciate it.
You do. So what all falls under Janon? A stylist? Event?
No.
No, we're not doing the stylist.
So we're not.
Okay.
And just to be real, like I used to. One of the things I used to question, like, man, does this look good? Stuff like. But I can look at somebody else and be like, man, that'd be dope on you, or that'd be super hot, and style you and get paid and stuff like that. But I would never do. I always question myself, right? And then maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, and little do anybody know, but like 5 or 6 years ago, like it was like, you know what, I did that for everybody else. What I am going to do is just turn around. I'm gonna be my own muse, right? And I just did it and didn't give a damn. Like if it had,
I wish we had some of those pictures of your fashion. Yeah, he got some fashion. Now I'm gonna tell you.
Well,
he had some fashions.
I did, but I think one thing, being from Mississippi, in the 90s, let me say that, and then leaving and going to such a big city that was open to the masses. My thing was, as much as I looked at like BET or something like that, we didn't have stuff here like that, and I was always kind of kept in a box because you were scared to kind of maneuver outside of,
right?
It wasn't. But
we know how people are.
For
they
sure.
just may not be as accepting of because
but I don't think it was horrible.
I wasn't. I mean, the reality is Mississippi has the stigma that we're the last in everything. So once you cross the state lines to get to Georgia, and you saw that there was a brighter light than what Mississippi had. And of course you spoke on Mississippi.
Yes, I love
the culture and the foundation that you have to do what you do, but we're still looked at as we're the bottom of the barrel on a lot of stuff. So I appreciate the fact that when you do what you do, you always rep home.
Just to like, I was out with my moms, and I was like, it's no different to me anymore. Like, there's no catching up. I mean, if I think due to social media, things like that, we didn't have that. we had Rap City, and we had, you know, like video vibrations,
Soul.
video soul, you know. And so I remember my my freshman year in college, and I had went over. I had just went over, and I was like, nigga, I'm about to get me a butterfly collar. So I saw Genuine.
So went over, since you went over, let people know. Those of you that don't know, let people know what fraternity you are part of.
I'm definitely Kappa Alpha Psi, Phi
Right.
Nu Pi, Pimple Down, Ladies Mac. Now, KI, Kappa Iota, Spring 97, University of Southern Miss.
Okay.
And so I remember just watching, like, I don't think 106 in Park was even out, but
not in
96, 97.
No, not when we first got to college.
Nah.
And Anwar, you can help me out on that. When was I'm asking you this question? Y'all go ahead and keep talking.
Yeah.
When was 106 in Park created?
I want to know too. I like 90.
Had the phones out, so we can't say Google.
Right. I think it was like 98, 99, but we did still have like TRL and stuff like that.
We were in the middle of the technology era.
Correct.
So we went from the computers with the orange letters and the black screens to getting to the internet.
Correct.
To College Club, to Black Planet, to
Black
all
Planet,
these
then come to like 99. Right.
So we were
emailing. We didn't start
we were
emailing
the beginning
for
of
real.
Facebook. So I think when I look back
the
at my
had email, but we did.
Yeah, I still use my Hotmail. Shout out to my line brother David.
I don't
Black
have
Ice. I have Z Robinson 06 Hotmail still. Some people out there still got AOL. Let's talk about it.
My mom got AOL. So, but I think for me, like I was watching smooth dudes that I wanted to be like Genuine. So I'm gonna give you a joke later. But I saw he had a butterfly collar, man. I looked everywhere. I went to go visit my brother.
Oh, I wish I could put that picture up.
Boy, you know exactly the picture.
I got it.
My brother lived in Atlanta, and I drove to Atlanta to visit him, man. He took me to this place called D&K or KNG. I think
KNG.
Yeah. Y'all got one? Listen, that was church. Listen, anyway.
If you want a ball on a budget, put KNG.
We got a KNG.
I bought me a butterfly collar because I couldn't find one here, and I came back and wore it. I promise you, everybody called me Broke Genuine. So my whole tenure at USM was either called Broke Genuine. Then by the time I got like a junior or senior, it was like either everybody called me Broke or everybody called me Genuine. Like sometimes if I like now, like I would still get Genuine. Like I wore that butterfly collar and I wore whatever I got from Atlanta, like the wide leg pants. You remember the linen ones? Like I wore that. Everybody like, that off. Yeah.
And she mentioned earlier that she calls and asks him about a lot of fashion stuff. She calls and asks him about a lot of decoration stuff. And he can tell you that I would call him and ask him, hey, I got Stillman Homecoming coming up. What I need to wear every year. But he does good. Like he does great. Man. I know how to match colors.
Facts.
I know what my style is, and I know what fits this Pillsbury Doughboy body. So it is what it is. But I do have to. Sometimes I just want to be in the in crowd and step it up just a little bit, you know. And I had all my guys. So of course we go way back to 90, yeah. So you're looking at a 35
when you hit me
friendship.
I'm going there.
Yeah. So you're looking at a 35-year friendship.
When he hit me in my eye, which you know,
I still don't remember that.
I'll leave it alone.
But I'm still gonna again. This is an impromptu live, so I'm gonna eat my chicken and drink my liquor.
You want another?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah. But I do want to say that I think sometimes when Mississippi anywhere else, so it's a conflict. Like you have this amazing structure and this love because people don't love you out there. Like Mississippi do show love regardless of what anybody else more than what's out there, right? And you have this loyalty and this dedication. We work hard. We work until we get it. Like we don't stop. And that I do appreciate I appreciate that work ethic, man, and especially from my mom. Like she had us tilling yards and putting down sod and painting. Like I put down tile. You know, I might have been like 7th, 8th grade. You know what I mean? But yeah, but the only challenge is learning to work to turn that working hard to working smart, and that was a huge challenge to me. But hard work never fails, bro. You just get tired because you hit a stopping point, even though you're further along than you may think. But then you got to change it to work smarter, right? And I think that also helps out. But one thing I would never give any props to anything but being raised here, because we had everything, man. Jackson State is like our love, like
Still is.
I go to homecoming like this my homecoming, you know, or I go to a game like you going to Jackson State game. If my kid don't have a game, a football game in Atlanta, like I'm trying to get home. Like I want to come home.
So let's put that out there. We're responsible parents.
We are responsible.
We go check on the kids first before we start partying.
Well, I'm not missing no football.
But now they grown.
I ain't missing no football.
They on their own.
I got
Tell them.
I got one 21-year-old, so he good, but I got a 15-year-old who still play football. But now it's Friday night, and we can sneak on out immediately afterwards, or I might stop in before I get on the road. But I'm not missing his game unless I have to work. I'm not missing his game to go to a game. Right. Black Fathers Map, man. I love my boys. Like they're everything.
And since
to me.
And since he spoke on that for all my Jacksonians that have kids in high school, I've noticed the decline of support that we give our kids at the football game. Now Jackson is known for basketball, but for football, we show up this much.
Yeah.
You know, anything they got going on.
Anything.
Don't worry about that. This is the lounge. You're supposed to drop an ass.
I know, but I wasn't trying to drop
But I would say I don't know how to get on. I think like right now at 46, right? I would say if you want something, you go for it. Like don't be scared. Just apply. Like show yourself. I think we have so much more resources. You have TikTok. You have Instagram. Like there's no reason that you shouldn't be able to get on. Like for me, I'm not a TikTok or Instagram type of person, but I learn.
But our kids are.
But kids are.
So you may have to.
If you're trying to get somebody's attention, don't stop doing whatever you're doing.
You may have to get them to do it for you.
But make sure you. But the other thing is, make sure that your foundation is straight. Like make sure your resume and the way that you conduct a DM or email is professional.
Chat GTP.
Use chat. Listen. Use chat GTP and then show you who you are.
So why they mention
it works.
Chat GPT is responsible for the Belly Puffs Live logo.
Yeah, back
so let it be known.
GTP is my friend. Now we
don't have it.
I ain't sending no email.
If you're not good with words,
right,
run it through
Every
Chat
time
GPT.
They
can make you sound professional when it ain't your
you go straight to GPT. Yes, and you can say, I want a nice nasty letter, and she gonna hook it right on up.
Indeed.
And I send it on too.
I do.
Yes.
But I think we have so much that works for us than against us, where we had to look in the encyclopedia, we had to go through the index. Remember? But you know, went to the library, we had to pull the card for the we didn't even know the color of any bird. Now you can just look it up online and be like, that bird look like that. We didn't have any of that. What's the thing we had to check out the clear transparent thing to put on
the projector.
And to put it on there, and then we scroll through it.
Flip
through it to do research.
Yeah. You
know, I think we have such an amazing I think for us, I think we work so hard, and that's
be sure
all
to
that
ask
we
any
do.
questions, guys.
Yeah,
Keep
please.
on talking.
But regardless,
for us, or put them in the comment section so we can get them in.
but I just think like right now, whatever you want is at your disposal.
That's it.
And you don't really need any backing. You have your own back.
Yeah.
You have your own support. You just maybe need to get over your own yourself.
Yeah, get over your own. Like I
Yourself.
said, the anxiety I have trying to start this. I was like, do I really want to?
Well, with creatives, you know, we're critical of our work.
Yeah,
Like
that's
we want to please the masses, right? And then when someone criticizes it, it hurts us. So we rather not. We rather do our stuff, move there. But we want the bigger picture. We want the acknowledgement. But it is nerve-wracking because people who don't even know you, people who have something to say, people who are critiquing you.
Something to say.
I think that's the reason why you really need to get in touch with your gift. Because if you get in contact, if you synchronize your gift, it doesn't matter because you gave from a place that nobody can take from you.
And I'm glad you said that because, and I've shot you on various occasions, as a creator myself.
Yes.
So my creativity comes from the vibe of the person that I'm shooting.
Right.
So if you don't give me the right type of vibe, then I can't produce what the end result of what we both want.
Right.
So you can come and send me all these pictures and stuff and say I want to recreate this, but if you can't put that on yourself, I can't give you what you're asking for.
Right.
So and I wish I had it on this computer. This is not my computer, but we reached out to Janon to help us with the Velvet Puffs brand and whatnot. And I think we got some excellent photos from that.
Yeah, the video.
Right. So again,
that video.
My creativity comes from.
I still posted something.
Yeah.
I sent it to one of Coach Frederick. He's one of the ones that's helping us with the Pounce Twins brand. And I sent it to him, and I sent it to the Pounce.
It was a
Twins,
super dope video. And I really wish you would have just been comfortable.
No,
but we got it.
And it was just everything was right with her, but it just was out of her.
But like you said,
it was out of her element.
It was out of my element, which I'm getting into that element. So we're gonna have to do a redo.
We're gonna do it.
We're gonna do a redo. Lost a couple.
Oh, he's sexy, y'all.
I lost a couple pounds, so we coordinate. You know,
what did he say on what was that movie?
What?
Boomerang. You gotta coordinate.
Yeah, now we can coordinate.
Mushroom belt.
You gotta coordinate.
So we definitely have to do a redo, but I do appreciate Laura for stepping in because the video was actually a pretty nice video. I mean, even it was out of her comfort zone. I think even with that video, you helped her. You helped her.
And I'm glad.
Can't sit down.
I'm glad you mentioned comfort zone. So even when I take pictures of different people, the different poses that I may tell them to get in, I say it may feel uncomfortable,
right?
But it's gonna be the best picture that you want.
Yeah, you said
it's
that
always the awkward position that gives you the best image.
Well, now she can't sit down. No.
Well, she not supposed to.
That must be a USM thing.
It must be a USM thing.
Hey, listen, USM.
Be going back.
I'm gonna tell you something. USM was black PW ever seen in my entire life. I love USM. Like even in like everybody came up for Q Delta, all the D9 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing like nobody came in for a homecoming, but we went. Everybody kind of traveled to Jackson State homecoming.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But you had Jackson State, Mississippi. Everybody in Mississippi came to USM
for something. Because I know.
Yes.
Because he can tell you several times I've been down there.
Yes.
For
yes. And I didn't go to Stillman at all. I did, but goddamn. We do
He
homecoming.
came to my apartment several times.
Yeah. We
He
didn't
came during the year, but he
Correct.
didn't come for home.
for homecoming.
But
But
it's still going on. So
but
we can
I
put
think
you
that
down for February 2026, Stillman College's 150th. I'm not even gonna say the fancy word that goes with it. We were just gonna say Stillman College's 150th.
These damn asses. Oh my
It's
God.
all right. Don't
Listen.
worry about it.
No, this my good old jumpsuit from Target.
Coming in, appreciate you logging in. Again, while she's dumping out ashes, this is the special Good Friday edition of Baby Puff Live. And the only reason we did it tonight because we have our homeboy, my best friend, for 35 years.
Since what, 7th grade?
35 years.
7th grade.
So yeah, we can make a
I'm proud.
podcast. But we
He's
appreciate
been
you
literally
logging
my
in,
best
Jay.
friend since 7th grade.
Oh,
Like
we got
nobody
another
is
class of 96 in the house. What up, Chris?
96.
Appreciate you coming on in.
Chris,
You gonna have
Chris,
to
who? Blunt.
Yeah.
Oh, what up,
I
Chris?
got one for you, Chris. Just not one for you.
It's nice.
For
But
four.
yeah. Of course, JOA, you've been on a few times, and of course, Brandon is our studio audience.
Indeed.
This is what we do. This is just candid. We're unscripted.
Very.
We just go off. But it
I
makes
like it, though.
it makes it
I
more
like it now. I'm
personal.
all over the damn place.
It
That's
makes it
all
more
mine.
personal. You know, of
I'm
course,
a
we're
creative.
trying
We all
to
over
get to
the
the
damn place.
to
I'm all
subscribe
over the
status, and we appreciate all the
And you know my
170
project
of you
manager skills is
that
all
have
out the window.
subscribed so far. We appreciate
Well,
your
that's what you're
support.
supposed to do.
Well,
Uh,
I never really
And we
worked
will
with
be back on Wednesday. So
I
this
did
is
all
just a
things.
special show
They
today.
have-
We'll be Wednesday Eve.
So I don't even think I ever answered the question.
What was the question?
So how did I come about it? It found me. I didn't find it. But if you right now,
I
in
wish
life,
I had the video with you with the white suit that Eric did for you. With the
Eric Blanks?
double-breasted
well,
white suit
today was the day he shot that.
a year later.
A year ago, no, it
2
was in
years,
2021.
Oh, for that long?
4
4
years
years.
ago,
Okay.
Eric Blanks, which is
Our classmate as well.
our classmate as well.
Shout out to Eric.
Equally, he's a creative genius as well.
Right.
He
So let's give every
yeah.
you know.
And so I definitely want to, bro. Like it's been Ryan Portis. He's
We
he's
love
all
Ryan.
right.
He's a
So
very
Ryan,
good supporter.
Ryan,
if you're out there, if you're watching,
yeah,
Big
I
supporter.
want you to come on
Got to
and
have
talk
that's
about
my Neo, by the way.
and let you
Yeah,
talk
I'm-
about everything that you're doing well.
K.I.,
in Jackson, you know,
But he's Jackson alumni.
Right,
He's doing
right.
amazing things
right.
here.
He does great
He
things.
does.
Big
He's a
supporter.
fashion guru too,
He
right?
Yes, he is. His lovely
He
wife.
is.
Yes, very
And
supportive.
so that was 5 years ago. I was ready to do. Oh, that's a great story right now. So I was about to producing. I was producing a show for a lot of people that wanted to do something, but everything was stopping them. It was like limited beliefs, blocks. Eric Blanks was actually shooting the promo, and the concept of, and I don't mind saying it because it's over and I could do it again, but the concept was people who were scared to move forward and doing whatever they were doing. I wanted to help them move forward, right? But I wanted them, I would ask them what their fear was, and I wanted to see, I would conquer their with them. It was jumping off a cliff, it was heights.
Wait, what?
I
When
mean,
you do this?
it was extreme. I mean, how you gonna get people's attention if you're not gonna be extreme, right?
Right.
So if you were
She
scared of
turned in her
heights,
seat. What?
I mean, just seriously, if you were scared of heights but you always wanted to do skydiving,
Mhm.
then I don't want to do no damn skydiving. Actually, I do, but I'm scared myself. But for the basis of showing that person who may be a little bit more scared than me, I would do that. I would do the skydiving with them
Mhm.
just for them to trust me.
And this was this is something that you produced. This was
I didn't even get a chance to do it because immediately after that, I started doing like major events back to back to back to back,
Okay.
and I could not get to it. And I might revisit it, but I have a couple of other things in the pipeline.
Okay.
But right before that, it was like I was working so hard to get to this point, and then immediately I was blessed with other things, and it allowed me to do some amazing things with a lot of money, right?
Okay.
And after I did that, also with Great Media, Camille Hamilton, shout out to Camille. She called me to help executive produce a reality show with Black
Let's talk about it.
Black travel groups.
Let's talk about it. Yeah,
And
so,
so-
can you say the name?
Oh yeah, it was.
Okay.
It's called Noir Escapes.
Okay.
Say
So
it again.
Noir Escapes.
Okay.
And that was the one.
Let me tell you what this really means. Black people travel.
Okay.
Noir Escapes. You know, right. And so we filmed for about a year and a half, and we're still editing. And so everything when you start something, God see you even he'll move and take you further on. And by the time you want to get back there, you know, you might have the skill set, your idea that you had originally and was moving forward with can be even better.
Right.
And be even more skillful.
Right.
So I had so many amazing opportunities. I'm so grateful to God, but you also have to let go, and you have to be led, and you have to have a foundation, and you also have to be confident in what God gave you, not what you know, because we're people pleasers, right? If you don't like a gift, you're gonna people please till your ass, till your ass fall off. You don't want your ass fall off.
Sorry,
Because when
Mama.
you scooting,
We
you don't want to scoot.
we don't want you to know your son cussing. We sorry, Mama.
No.
I'm sorry.
It's in the Bible.
It
It's in
is.
the Bible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah. Keep
when
it on that Resurrection Sunday. That's what you
but that was a good ass.
Yeah,
You don't want to try to figure it out like you do. I would say anybody creative, man, I would say stop what you're doing
And just
and for a moment and
Move
really just
yourself
try
out the way.
move yourself out the way and really try to understand your gift, because the talent didn't come without the gift.
right.
And talent is taught. It's not in you. It's not a character. It's not a behavior. A gift is a behavior. It's a characteristic. It's what's in you. It's your makeup. It's your DNA. It's something that you cannot get rid of. And if you don't want it, do not come out here and try to get it. If you're not willing to fight for it, do not try. Because if your feelings are hurt, good. I mean, your feelings gonna get hurt. But if you don't have resilience and it's not for you, don't do it.
I mean, that's like
My
for
guy
me,
said,
people-
repeat it for the people in the back row.
Well, yeah, but if your feelings get hurt,
Facts.
make that the fuel for your fire, because that's what I do.
So everybody's not made up like that.
You right.
And there's some people who have it and can't get it. But before you do it, if you really want it, you will seek out who you are first. And you will seek out, like, I remember I got laid off. Right, I was in corporate America for 11 years. I was a sales manager at a
Fortune 500.
Fortune. Thank you.
Fortune 500.
We-
It's the kindergarten.
We so
No part. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And
we
when
can back you up.
when I got laid off, I could have easily went into so many different areas. I could have went into styling. I could have went into events. I could have went back to corporate America. What I did was, and thankful, for my ex-wife, my wife at the time, like she handled business, and I was able to figure out what I wanted to do and find who I was. And once I did that, it took a lot of growth, but boy, when I found it, and I went about a year, like trying to really research it. Oh my God! And you find out what like tomorrow. What I was told maybe in 2010, I will find another element of it that will make it even more stronger because I saw something, right? All I say is go find yourself and sacrifice finding, like, I don't care how. I don't listen. Ask God, why did you create me? What is this for? Why do I have this in me? Why do I care so much? Please let me know. Be still, figure it out, write it down. When you write it down, it manifests when it manifests. It comes, and in that gift, that nobody can tell you nothing. And it's still a long journey,
Right.
but
But you're on the right track.
Right.
not even that, you can't help but to not stop. Like there's no, it's
The fire is in
It's
it.
in there. You gonna get, oh, let me tell you, you're gonna get burnt out, you're gonna get tired, you're gonna see something and be like, damn, I know I can make that,
Right.
Let me help somebody, help them, help people that help you. Give, because it comes back to you. Like, work with others, feel the energy. It's about an energy, man. It's about an aura.
That energy you talked about, that goes back to what I just said about
What the good old folks in Mississippi were saying.
When
Church folks would say,
when
the spirit, you feel the spirit. Hey,
right.
so when you feel the spirit, I'm
Right.
sorry,
So
go ahead.
No, you're fine. So when we talk about the energy, so of course I've had in this year's 19 years that I've been taking pictures professionally.
Yes.
And in 19 years,
I can't wait to lay my makeup.
in 19 years, you come across hundreds. At this point, I can say thousands of clients that I've shot for different things.
Yeah.
And the energy that you give me allows me to give you the product that you want and that I want you to have.
Yes.
But if your energy is not there, it doesn't matter how many props you buy, how many outfits you wear, whatever the case may be. If your energy and that vibe doesn't match, I can't produce what you want.
So
That's just me.
Okay. So for me, and I understand that. I'm the expert.
Subject matter expert.
I am the subject matter expert. If you feel it works sometimes it don't. It don't. I could let me and you, like when we took the picture, like you stopped and there was nothing that I could do. But in certain cases, for someone who feels
I feel prepared.
correct, and there was nothing that I could do. But what I did was shift gears to your daughter.
Yeah.
So,
and
Lord.
Everything turned out amazing.
Correct.
Yes.
However, I feel as an expert, you find where you can find in that building to make it work for that client, for that purpose, for anything. So when you, and I'm just using her as an example, Betty was like, I ain't doing it.
My makeup wasn't done. My hair wasn't done. My outfit, I look like a stuffed Oompa
You see what I'm
Loompa.
saying? I can't even finish the
Go
sentence. So she's a strong one.
Yeah, I'm Leo.
Yeah.
A lioness.
But most of my friends are Leo. Well, I'm a Leo rising.
You are what?
I am a Leo
Yeah.
rising. I'm a Gemini.
Rise.
I'm a Gemini.
Yeah.
And so with
If
her,
y'all didn't know, he's very spiritual. And so
there,
crystals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of y'all may not be into the horoscopes and this, that, and the other, but we are.
Yeah.
So,
Very much so.
Let's
That's why
put
I
that
got
out there.
Smoky Onyx on.
well, I got my
We
nice
are.
real stones on.
Yeah.
I play.
Your tiger eye. You got the tiger
I do.
see,
These are, come on, Tom. Me and my mom get. I like Sagittarius. I love Sagittarius. I love Sagittarius. December 17th? Yes, sir.
17, 18, my daughter's a 19.
Yep.
26, nigga.
Day after the Lord. Go ahead.
So I feel like if you're, and it took me a long time to get here, so it ain't like something. I'm just using this particular situation, and I'm also speaking to what Zach said. It has nothing, but it took a long time to get to that point. Like that's just a recent, maybe 5 years that I had to learn that, and I'm again 46. So I had to learn. I was the expert. I had the gift. I'm the one that is set the tone for the entire experience. I am. Nobody else is. I don't care what you came to me for. I don't care how much you paid me. You care what your ideas were. I have it in my pocket. I'm the one.
Right.
And if you don't take that ownership, you will fail every single time. Or you will do just good. Let me not say fail. You will do good. But if you want to be amazing, if you want to be phenomenal, you will take that and understand who you are, and you'll be able to create from there. But you have to get there. And it's so hard to get there. But I think so. The reason I always brought up the life in the 90s and stuff like that versus now is we had to manually do it. Now it's kind of it's done for you or what have you. So it's microwave. So you don't really have an excuse, but the feeling and the work internally is still the same. And you gotta work at that. So if your work might not be manual, but your work does have to be internal, and it does have to be spiritual because it is a gift. Don't sleep on your gift because your gift is just not given to you.
Hashtag don't sleep on
right.
it.
It's very important. Your gift is why you're here. Creators, we in the
Z Spot Lounge.
The Z Spot Lounge. I remember when he got the Z Spot Lounge. Like he made sure he customized it to who he was. Zach, I'm sorry, not he, Zach. I don't want to talk like you ain't here.
No.
But he knew exactly what he wanted. We all know kind of sometimes what we want, but if you're providing a service, you're giving what others want through you.
Right.
People hire you because of your aesthetic, but you still got to listen to them and feel what they want. Put your aesthetic in it,
put your spin
and give it to them. Right. But you got to give it to them from a soulful place. I never do anything. Every single event I have, I meet with anybody I hire. If I hire production, if I hire a decor person, I don't care if it's my vision or not. I hire decor people. Right. I used to do it myself. I don't have to no more. But I'm serious. But when you hire somebody, it still got to be your vision. If I hire a DJ, whatever, I put them all on a call. They have everything ready, and I put them on a call maybe 3 to 4 days prior to any event, any project. And I tell them, thank you. I hire you because of your talent. I think you are amazingly talented, professional. You do everything with quality. Like, thank you for that. But at this point, I don't need it anymore. And at this point, I need your gift because everything it's a setup process. Right. You got to set up everything that you need. Everything that you have to do before people come in is 1 to 2, 3 days. I don't have no back in the house drama. I tell them I need you to use your gift and not your talent. Because anyone that comes in that door that's not in this circle and client, they're going to feel everything that was put in here. I'm grateful. I am so grateful for learning that because it allowed me to have amazing, and you always got to put out fires, but I never have drama. I always have amazing work done.
And that's why he's a celebrity.
No, man.
So it's
not like that. It's not like that. Let me finish.
Do your thing.
If everyone doesn't feel like they are an amazing person when they walk through, it's a feeling. It's about how you make people feel.
Experience.
If it is, the decor is secondary. It's the feeling is always primary. And it's a fantasy. Or otherwise, they can do it the damn self. They pay for to have people pay to have a fantasy. If you don't give them, it ain't about no damn balloons and a backdrop that you got. No stepper. It's none of that. It's the feeling. Man, you make people feel amazing. They will never, ever in life forget you. And that's what a creative should do. Always is make people feel amazing and use your gift to do so.
What do you mean?
Right after Sunday.
Okay, what you doing tomorrow?
I gotta
You
go
gotta
to
go to
Hattiesburg.
Oh, shit.
Well, we can talk after this.
Yeah, we can. Well,
It seems like you got something to say.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It's nothing we can talk about on the live.
I know. I just need your. I need your eyes and your vision because we have summer breeze coming up again. The
Summer
same.
breeze.
Yeah, summer
Outside.
breeze.
Okay.
Outside event.
Are they gonna give y'all a? Did you get that tent? Did you send it back? Or you still got it?
No, I still got it.
Oh, we gonna use that tent this year.
Yeah, we didn't get to use it.
We didn't get to use the tent last year.
It's gonna be on the pop, so that's why I need to meet with you, pencil me in before you leave.
I ain't gotta put-
While they're discussing that,
Yeah.
we're gonna give that shout out. Summer Breeze, Mississippi is an Omega Sci-Fi event that's coming up August 2nd. That's the right
August
date.
2nd. Mhm.
August
At
2nd,
Oh,
at the Art Museum.
So if you can get me to after May 19th, be
Yeah,
more
it's
of
not
it.
until August.
Y'all
So are you
should.
coming back?
When y'all coming down?
We
Y'all
come.
ain't been down in 2 years. I
What?
miss y'all. So they used to come
Okay.
Uh-oh.
They
Look
used
into
to
the
come
camera
down
and tell him, talk to the people.
once a year for at least 3 years straight.
Back-
No, more than
More
once a
than
year.
And
More than once a year.
when I say of the world, baby, passing out all kinds of
Where
shit.
you at? She's of the world right now.
Baby,
Al.
I'm talking about
I miss my
Still
friend.
on, Al.
when
She's gonna
I-
be of the
because
world.
we went to birthday. The start.
Was it your birthday?
It was.
It was,
No.
It wasn't my
it was her
birthday.
birthday.
It was my birthday.
It was her
We went on them scooters and I failed. Every time I go in there,
It started
I
out with her passing out in the kitchen while we making
That was the
sandwiches.
second time. Because the first time she did it on.
That was all the
we
same.
was on Edgewood and we was riding the
the belt
scooter
line.
Yeah.
Belt line.
Came
on the
back
belt
with a-
line
with a-
on Edgewood.
with a-
All I heard was, "Oh!" Zach said, "Hey, hold on." I turned
But
around.
guess what? Say this because I slid. Get my elbow right on up.
You did.
Yeah.
And then at the house,
Yep, passed out at the house. Man, I missed it.
Making sandwiches.
I don't know. So
That's the night we had the order. The night before we had the order.
Well, I didn't have.
juice.
I didn't have. So this, Al, if you still on, these are her of the world
Baby.
moments.
My
So
God.
we're gonna change this from Baby Puffs Live to the of the world.
Hey.
Oh, man.
So we had a time.
It's always a good
It
time.
And the only reason we haven't been there as
life
we
just
used
been
to,
life.
on life,
Life.
and our business has taken us into other.
Oh, can I tell y'all? Everybody know y'all. Like I'm so proud of y'all. I love y'all so
There
much,
he
man.
is.
Like y'all
We see
murder
y'all.
it. I remember when it was just an idea, and to see where it has flourished, like it's taken a life of its own, and like everything. And so again, like when you're young, you might not be. They didn't got an RV. I was like, "God damn, y'all got an RV." Oh, we got a patio on our RV. Okay, I don't want that. I said, let me see this. First, but man,
Y'all wasn't even playing it, but y'all, both of y'all was in tune like a choir.
I'm so
This
grateful.
is why this is the Good Friday episode here.
I'm so proud of y'all, man. I'm proud, and then the podcast, everything. Like I think y'all have done such an amazing. Your ideas, Betty, have been super phenomenal, super dope. I think that like when you do call, like you be like, "Can I?" I'm like, "You can do it," you know. Like she be so lit, and she has so many ideas, but she has too many, but she has executed practically 90% of it. I mean, what can you
we
say?
talked about that on one of our other podcasts.
Did you?
So she comes up with a vision. It's my job to help her.
Yes.
Execute the vision, not create the vision, because she's already created it. It's my job to help her execute the vision. So that's where the teamwork comes in.
Yeah,
man.
I know he wanted to kill me and put such.
I would never.
Yeah.
It was hot.
Can I tell you? I talked to both of them separately.
Man,
Hey, but
what's up, Fred?
But the thing about it, Please let me give you y'all kudos, man. I think y'all it's well deserved, and as much as explanation y'all can give it on your own time. But I just want to tell y'all how proud I am.
And we appreciate that.
And the work that y'all put into it, like creative execution, like
Right.
you got to get it done, and
Yeah.
and y'all sacrifice.
Ooh.
So you about it on your own podcast. This is mine. Look at it. Look at it.
Let me look into the camera. This ninja is saying this is his podcast.
No. What I just no. To be honest with you, I really
appreciate
just
it,
want to
yeah.
give them their just due. Like y'all worked hard, man. Y'all got it
And
done.
we're
Like,
still working.
yeah, this is about the culture. This is about bringing things to life, man.
Yeah.
I'm
And basically just saying,
I'm inspired,
yeah.
right? Like because how quickly it was done and how like Janon, can we? I'm gonna get this. I'm like, damn, you got already. You know, like it was so quick, and I'm hey man, I'm so grateful. I'm so honored. I'm so proud. Like I am, man. Anything y'all ever, well, you know, anything y'all.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like. I'm
Well,
just.
and that's only to set us apart from the other cigar.
I don't give a damn. The love.
That's why.
This. So I think. So let me say this. I think a lot of people really try so hard to beat the competition or what set them apart. What sets them apart is what you have on the inside. It has nothing to do on the outside. Like I can go to a gas station. Like I go to several gas stations in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
QT is one of them. QT.
I love it. Would have got the best pulled pork sandwich.
So, but what they say is they have to say thanks for getting to QT every time you walk through the door. Thanks for coming to QT. They do.
They do.
Y'all have a QT? Oh, y'all do right there by old country.
Right.
So, but what they supposed to say is thank you for welcome to QT, welcome to QT. But it's nothing. But when I come home and I go to the Shell station or the Chester, the first thing is, hey hon, thank you, come welcome in. Let me know you need some help. Do you hear the difference?
Yeah.
So it's not about what you're doing. This is QT, a national brand. You got Chester's who's franchised out here. Yes, I like Chester's, but
crispy crunchy.
What was the Chester's on right by my mama live on Lake Harbor, right in the corner? It's not Chester's no more. What is it?
On Lake Harbor?
On Lake Harbor, when
Lake
you got
Harbor,
51
right
to Lake Harbor,
to KFC.
on the left hand side. No. Right before you get to Shell Station. Like I mean, right of the car wash. When you coming down 51, man, you gotta make a right. It used to be Chester's, yeah. It used to be Chester's, right?
Was it a Chester's?
I don't know.
Right there in front of the car wash.
Right in front of the car wash. But anyway, all I'm saying is, it's love. It's who people are organically, and then there's people who have to do what they need to do to get to where they want. Y'all did it organically. And that is what makes the difference. That's always what makes the difference. Is what's within, not what you put out. As within, so whatever you feel within is what you're going to put out.
Go to church, son. You have to stay tuned.
I'm just saying, don't try to fake it,
Reverend
because
Redmond.
it won't last. Don't try to be so presentable. It won't last if your heart ain't in. I love a great presentation, but I put my heart and soul in it, and I thought about the organic.
So let's speak on that. So because he's known both of us the same amount of time.
No, I know her longer.
So both me and him are 35 years.
He used to be the candy man.
Hey.
So we'll talk about that later.
I was a hustler.
But because he's known both of us 30 plus years, 35 plus years. Because me and him are 35. They're a couple of years longer.
Yeah, 36, 7.
So he can tell you that we've been the same people since
we had one. Yes.
And I think I me on my phone. A1 since day one.
A1 since day one.
Yeah.
So
It don't ever
and he
change.
says that quite a bit. His
I
day
do.
one.
Yeah.
I do
And your day ones are very important.
They are.
He's a day one. Chris Blunt, I know you watching. You day one.
I
It's all
don't.
about day one.
I don't
People that
ever.
haven't left you
No,
since day one.
Yeah.
I don't like yes people around me.
Me.
Like I
We don't let
love.
associate with the real.
So I'm just a little quick story. So when I
Do your
first started out, like I started going to like parties and stuff where it was kind of little.
Were you ever a promoter?
No,
Okay.
no, that
I
wasn't
just
my
want to
thing.
make sure that wasn't under the umbrella. Okay.
That wasn't my thing. I wanted to move in there, but it wasn't my thing. Like I was a creator. I wanted to create. I didn't want to make money. I wanted to create, and I wanted the creation to make money for me. And I didn't know how to do it. I know how to do it now. But my friends, I have special friends that are more. I don't call them friends. I call them family, because Zach is more like a brother to me. My brother passed. We just went to his grave today.
Right.
So he's more of a brother. Betty's more of a sister. I have Sam. I have
Shout
certain,
out to Samantha Washington.
I have certain people who are family, and to be honest with you, 90% of them are home.
Right.
No shits and giggles, no lies.
Right.
Most of my friends, my closest friends who I would consider family, are from home. They are in Atlanta. I have the amazing pleasure of knowing some amazing people in Atlanta, and those who are very close to me know them.
Mm-hmm. Because we've met a lot of
and they became
Atlanta
my family too. And I have friends, but my core is my core. And to be honest with you, they're the ones that say no. That's some BS. They're the ones that say I love it. They're the ones that say go do it. You thinking too much. They're the ones. They're my cheerleaders. They're my confidants. They're the ones that, like, when I go through the worst times in my life, to be like, I'm just gonna take. Some of them just take me out. Some of them talk to me. But everybody has such an amazing place in my life, and most of them are from home, from here. And I'm never gonna lose that, because I know the realness of it and transparency of it.
D'Angelo, what's going on?
So-
Welcome, friend D'Angelo. Come on in, my friend.
That's the end.
Fingers and shit.
Happy spiritual.
Happy place.
Appreciate you, D'Angelo, for logging
She was there.
in.
Oh, okay.
So appreciate you for logging in, D'Angelo. Let your husband know we don't have any Xenos,
We got something better.
but we got them velvet pups, baby.
Yeah,
Listen.
tell him to come on. D, you need to come in. Come back tomorrow. We need to catch up anyway.
Listen, Velvet Pups is
Do
y'all
what
better
you
stop
do.
sleeping on. I'm about to bring y'all to. I've been wanting y'all to.
So give us through May to get the 2 kids.
Let's get these
Get
graduates
these
out of here.
graduates out the way, and it's on and popping out.
So we have several festivals in the summertime that I think that y'all would definitely enjoy. But then there's so many other. So one thing about Atlanta that I love, like they have out.
Like the outdoor.
They have so much outdoor during the spring and summer. Atlanta is popping. I don't ever, like, when people say Atlanta is this, or Atlanta is that, I can't afford Atlanta. Whatever your vice is for Atlanta. Listen, you can do whatever the hell you want to.
Yeah.
And Atlanta has country.
Yeah.
Atlanta has the serenity. Atlanta has, and I'm not shooting it. It took me about 15 years to say I love Atlanta forever. I love Atlanta. I would not say it because I wanted to move to New York.
Right.
He did want to do that.
I did. I was
And I
like,
think
I'm not
he
gonna say
still
I
does.
love Atlanta. Like Atlanta, I was drugged up and down the street in Atlanta. I would, but Atlanta has it is an amazing opportunity to utilize it. So don't ever sleep on it. If you talk about it negative, it's because you can't handle it.
Well,
and
yeah.
and
Well,
you
it's
know,
like people with New Orleans. If you say you don't have a good time in New Orleans,
correct.
it just because it's in
You don't want. But if you have an opportunity to ever work in Atlanta, you don't have to live there, right? But if you ever have an opportunity, it's so much that you can do. Like whenever I get a gig where they need cigars, the first people I'm hiring is them. And I think I told you guys that. But there are festivals where people would love to have a mobile cigar lounge. We don't. I've never seen one, but I'm always working too. So, but I still haven't seen
So
one.
as far as we know, and we could be wrong,
Right.
there's only one mobile cigar lounge in Georgia. And that's lipsticks and fingertips.
And she's
not in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Well, is she in Atlanta metro area?
No, well, I don't know. It's
Don't worry about
I
it.
don't know what the metro
It
area.
don't matter.
So it's
Gainesville,
Gainesville.
she lives in
So it's
Gainesville.
Gainesville Metro.
No.
So
We're
I
just
own a
asking
creative
the
firm right now, right? So it's the Redmond Creative Firm.
That part.
I don't do just events. I do branding and marketing. I do creative coaching. I do television production. I do it all. One of the things that taught me is it is about the inside, and I help a million of people. And kind of what I'm doing now is moving towards that. I am also creating a foundation for the youth, right? Because there's so much creativity in our youth. We don't have a lot of talent shows because we have TikTok, we have Instagram.
Right.
However, I want to showcase them where they're shown in a different capacity. Both of my kids, and I kid you not, and I'm gonna say this online, I didn't want them to be in the creative space. And both of my boys, like I kept both of my boys in sports and academia, and I gave them one kind of a liberal art. My oldest son goes to Hampton, and he majors in business, and I didn't want him to major in business marketing. I didn't want. He's so smart, and he's so this and so that. And to be honest with you, when I just went for his Mr. Hampton, he just is who the hell he is. He's fucking creative. I'm sorry, moms.
Naturally.
Naturally. And I could not have been more proud. I tried to steer hard from, and my youngest Jackson, he makes beats like you
Created.
because it's in you. You definitely you. And I had to learn that, but because they are smart, they can make it way better than I can. And that's what I enjoy.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because my son.
Yeah.
Come on in. Hey, we got a new studio member coming in. He rang the bell. Come on. So as he mentioned, my son is come on in. My son is 24 years old.
Yeah.
He's a graduate of
Alabama.
He's a graduate of the University of Alabama,
Yes.
Birmingham. And of course, I've been a photographer for 19 years. It may have been just a couple of years ago that he got into photography.
Really?
But outside of photography, right? Outside of photography, he can draw.
Does sneakers?
He
does the paint
paints
and stuff?
sneakers and shoes and
Does
all that
t-shirts?
stuff.
Listen,
But
I'm in love.
He just finished his training for Amazon.
What?
He will be a supervisor.
Come on,
for
Zay.
Amazon. So he got an opportunity to go to
Zay
Seattle and train.
Let me say that Zay is my godchild.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in about a couple of years.
But
he's my godchild.
But it is what it is.
Right.
So we're talking about, and of course, all this is unscripted.
Right.
It's all candid.
It is.
But since he mentioned kids, we're just talking about what our kids are doing at this present moment.
And Jay, to be honest with you, Jay is, so he did this lifestyle thing for Mr. Hampton. And when I listened to it, he's so Atlanta. So when I listened to it, he was like, it was everything, he styled his classmates for events and for shoots.
Right.
He shoots
naturally.
He shoots his homeboys or his homegirls. They out because these kids are a little bit more forthcoming than we. they already have clothing brands. So he
Right.
he shoots their clothing
So
brand,
shout out to the
but he
clothing
also models their clothing
brand. My
brand.
daughter has a clothing brand.
Bruh, like
Amariel. Let's shout out to Zaria Alexandria. Amariel Apparel.
Yes, sir. Indeed. Amaria Perry.
Right.
So so we're gonna name all the kids, but anyway, let me just wrap my.
There's a lot of them.
I'm proud of Janon Redmond II. He has come into his own, and there's nothing that he's just who he is.
That's it.
And you can't ask for anything because he gave every single thing to who he is. My youngest one, Jackson. Oh Lord, I'm scared, but I'm scared in a good way because he's so he gonna go for it.
Right.
And
no holds barred.
I'm so proud of both of them, man. And I'm proud of my god kids. I'm proud of all my god kids. I'm proud of all my god kids, man. And listen, if you have it, just go for it. Old people got wisdom, so you young people, please, like
tap in,
tap in. Like I don't foresee, I don't know it all. I know what I do know,
right? And
I know I don't have to do a lot of the things that I did.
And
do,
the biggest thing
if you tap in, I got you, and I make sure you take care.
And the biggest thing is we're trying to detour you from making some of the same mistakes that we make. So you can get to your goal faster than what we did. I'm
gonna tell you something, bro. And
let's talk about it.
This is the Good Friday, Easter Sunday.
That's it.
That's Easter Sunday.
Come on, Deacon.
It is no real talk. Like we're in a whole debacle. The word just it's a debacle right now. We are the bridge. We're the gap. Our generation is Generation X and millennials, right? We're the only ones that know the hard work version. We also know the techie version. These kids don't know the hard work version. They just know the techie. And the old folks can't relate to either.
They can't relate to either one of them. But back in my day,
my mom be like,
that's what they tell you.
Hey, my mom
back
be like,
in 66 when I did it,
because they need to work hard. I'm like, Mama, listen, But what I'm saying is, we're the bridge of the gap. And if we don't get together and take these young people under our wing and cultivate them and nurture them, they're not going to be like we were. They're not going to accept the things but we know how to reach them. We just don't want to. But we have to, because if we don't, this shit going to be taken over by stuff we don't need. If we don't bridge this gap right now.
Now, one thing I can say about
I'm so serious, bro.
What is it? This is Generation Z now.
I don't know who the hell.
Millennial Z.
This motherfucker's ABCD.
Right.
Yeah. Z is what I are now. The Generation Z. Let's talk about this.
Is it Z?
It's Z.
So
it's X millennial.
So
Z. We're X.
We're X.
Okay.
So to be honest with you, 78 between 78 and 81 is called Xennial, right? Because we're not as dumbfounded as Generation X.
Yeah,
and we're not
baby.
full millennial either, but we have that. We have the best both work. Thank you, Zach. Go ahead. Tell me, brother.
No. Al said these young people need prayer, and I disagree with that at all.
But it's the ones that are seen, but the ones that are not seen is the ones we need to capture.
Right.
So this Generation Z, they don't. Generation Z, they have a they
scared to die.
They're not scared to die, but they don't take everything. So of course,
what you mean?
The generations before us,
oh yeah,
they just kind of fell in. The white man said, "This is this. We just gonna do. We ain't gonna go against the grain."
Right.
We came in as the Generation X. We said, "Okay, we gonna press the grain just a little bit. We gonna ask. We gonna go against the grain just a little bit." You get the millennials and the Z's. They don't take nothing.
It's just their emotional capacity.
They don't give a damn.
They ready to die. They gonna
Right.
die
Yeah,
if you
they gonna be
say
there.
They don't give
you
a
don't
damn.
supposed to do that. I just think the emotional. I don't think they have emotional intelligence, and it's our fault because we didn't teach it to them because we had social media
And we were
and
too busy.
we were trying to. So hold on now. We're gonna give ourselves some credit.
Let's do it.
Our parents could not do anything because they worked.
Right.
Right.
We worked and we did because we saw the effects of doing,
Right.
which wore us the hell out. Then we done built these motherfucking monsters out here. we gotta pull them back in.
Right.
And I don't think it's a problem pulling
It's
them
not.
back in. But as long as we know that if they have some type of foundation they want it, they gonna get it.
Yeah.
But if I just think that they don't like to listen, they know it all.
Right. They don't want you to tell them what to do. That's it.
But I don't like nobody tell me what
Nobody
to do.
does.
But
I don't. I don't like nobody
But
tell me.
They don't
I
want
don't
you to
like
tell them what
nobody
to
tell
do
me.
because they know
I
it.
know, right.
But
So,
they have yet to experience it.
But the
Right.
reason I don't like nobody tell me what to do because I know it all too.
well, I just know
I
for this
want to be honest.
they don't want you to tell them what to do because they think they already know it, and they don't. That's the difference between
Well, they
you.
don't.
They don't. They don't
They
know.
don't.
They don't know it all.
But
They don't
TikTok,
know.
Instagram teaches them,
They do.
and it does.
It
It does. It teaches me.
Yeah.
Like there's some things that teach me, right? So it's some great information, things I never learned.
Yeah.
I just think that we are the bridge.
Yeah. We are. Yeah.
We are the bridge,
together.
and we need to. We don't have to trying to come together with them and try to pull them in. We don't need to try to
Make
do
friends.
anything. What we need to do is just come together.
Right.
And I think what we fuss about is we're not coming together, but it's because we're trying to get this person to come. We're trying to get this person to come. We're trying to get this, and I don't think I think that's working hard and not smart.
Right.
People come together by energy.
Right.
You pull it, we're doing it, but nobody wants to acknowledge it. So if I can say anything, let's acknowledge where we are. Let's acknowledge that we are coming together. Let's acknowledge that we are doing the shit. Let's acknowledge that we are making a difference. And therefore, it'll happen because what we're saying is, we black people don't know how to come together. That's a lie. We're doing it. We're doing it.
It's here. Like first Friday.
Right.
People come together.
We
Ain't no
doing it.
mess. Ain't no fights. Ain't
I
nothing.
got it so bad.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
it's
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
thank you
do that
guys.
thing. It's real and uncut over here, man. Real and uncut.
Well, and again, even though this is our special edition, Easter Sunday, Good Friday,
Right.
we don't want to be before you long.
Ain't that what the church folks say?
We don't want to be before you
I don't
long.
want to stand before you long.
And we are
The Bible,
we are about 30 minutes over our
the
time.
book of velvet puffs.
Right. And so we thank you guys for tuning in on this Good Friday. We have enjoyed it. Our guest Janon Redmond has preached instead of word. So if you don't make it to church
Didn't
on
he do
Sunday,
it? Won't he
you
will?
have word here at Velvet Puffs Live, and we're gonna keep on puffing y'all, and we're gonna
Keep
see y'all
on
on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Bye,
This-
guys.
That's it.
Lord. Woo.
Maybe she got some friends. What's her name? I don't know her name.